Welcome to our channel Echoes of the Dark, where we tell you real-life stories that don't just entertain you, they open your eyes. They opened an ancient tomb and vanished without a trace. It sounds like something out of a movie, right? A group of explorers goes deep into the desert, unlocks a forgotten crypt, and then nothing. No signal, no bodies, no answers, just silence. But this isn't fiction. This happened, and to this day, no one knows what really became of them. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear is one of the most chilling, mysterious disappearances ever recorded. It all began in 2001. A group of 6 amateur archaeologists, 3 men, 3 women, embarked on a journey to Egypt. Their goal? To explore lesser-known ruins near Saqqara, just south of Cairo. They weren't professionals, but they were passionate. Obsessed, really, driven by rumors of an undocumented tomb unearthed during a sandstorm a decade earlier and quickly buried again. This wasn't just a vacation. This was their life's dream. They'd been researching for years. Forums, books, old maps, even paying locals for whispers of forgotten sites. One of the group, Daniel Kraus, had stumbled across a letter in a university archive. It was a single yellowed page dated 1923. A British explorer had written about a sealed chamber with no door and no air, discovered accidentally during a failed excavation. According to the letter, the team that found it refused to go further. They sealed it back up. The reason? One line scribbled in the margin. It watches from the dark. Creepy. Absolutely. Enough to stop these 6, not a chance. They arrived in Egypt in late September. For the first few days, they stuck to tourist areas, taking photos, posting updates, laughing in the sun. Everything seemed normal. Then on the 4th day, they went dark. No more photos, no more posts, no more calls. At first, friends back home assumed they'd just gone off-grid for a bit. That happens. But after 5 days with no contact, one of the team members' families reached out to the U.S. Embassy. An investigation began in Beirut. Their hotel rooms were untouched. Belongings still there. Passports, clothes, even laptops. Their rented Jeep, however, was gone. Egyptian authorities combed the desert. Nothing. For days, the search turned up no trace, until a Bedouin guide came forward. He claimed he'd taken the group near the western edge of the Saqqara necropolis, where few tourists ever go. A dry, windswept expanse littered with half-buried stones and forgotten markers. He said they'd paid him well, but they were insistent on being left alone. Before he left, he said one of them turned to him and asked quietly, "If we don't come back, don't look for us." That same day, the Jeep was found. Abandoned. Sand had already begun swallowing the tires. Inside, there were only 2 things: a flashlight with dead batteries and a notebook. The notebook belonged to Emily Voss, one of the explorers. Most of it was just planning notes, site sketches, travel details. But the last 3 pages were different. They were frantic, scrawled handwriting, half sentences, like someone was writing while terrified. One line stood out. We opened it. It wasn't empty. Another, Daniel's gone. He just stepped in and vanished, like the air folded around him. The final page, barely legible. Just 5 words repeated over and over. It sees us. It sees us. It sees us. It sees us. Authorities launched a massive effort. Archaeologists, police, even the military got involved. But after weeks of searching, the desert gave up nothing. No footprints, no bodies, not even a scrap of clothing. The tomb they supposedly found, never located, no coordinates, no clue. And just like that, they were gone. But that's not the end. Medea. Over the years, more strange pieces surfaced. In 2006, a local shepherd claimed he saw 6 pale figures walking barefoot at dusk near the ruins. They didn't speak, didn't look up, just vanished behind a dune. He said it was like they melted into the sand. A year later, a European tourist exploring off-limits areas filmed something bizarre. It was only a 10-second clip, but in it, a shadow flickers across a crumbled stone wall. Humanoid, but fast, too fast. And no one else was with her. She swears she heard whispering in a language she'd never heard. And in 2014, something even more chilling happened. A deep desert drone survey picked up thermal anomalies near Saqqara. When the team investigated on foot, they found a partially collapsed shaft, narrow, barely wide enough to crawl through. They didn't go in, but on the wall nearby, scratched into the rock, were symbols that didn't match any known hieroglyphs, and one word in English, Emily. Coincidence? Maybe. Or maybe something is still there, watching, Now, there are countless theories. Some say it was dehydration, heat stroke, the desert plays tricks on the mind. Others believe it was a tragic accident. One of them fell, the rest tried to help, and they were all lost underground. But then there are the darker theories, whispers of a curse, of an entity bound to that tomb. Something older than dynasties, something never meant to be seen. It sounds crazy, until you read that notebook, until you hear the desperation in those final words, and until you remember they were never found. Not one of them. We want answers, but sometimes the pursuit of truth leads us somewhere we were never meant to go, somewhere ancient, silent, and watching. If this story gripped you, if it sent a chill down your spine, then don't just click away. Subscribe, because we uncover these forgotten stories, the real ones, the ones that don't make the news, the ones that vanish just like the people who lived them. And somewhere out there, someone knows something. Maybe you do. So comment below, what do you think happened to those explorers? Were they victims of the desert or something far worse? And if you like this story, share it. You never know who might see it or what secret it might unlock. But be warned, some doors once opened can never be closed again.